Sridhar, that we should do something about ragi. You know, ragi nutrition value is actually can take it to the path of quinoa of the world. So we should definitely look at, ragi as a next big thing from the state.
Yes, we do have many technologies
I
for
can-
finger millet.
No, technologies is one point. I just wanted to mention that we are working with the universities, including working on genome sequencing, to come up with new different maybe at least different varieties, which is both high productivity and also high value and have nutrition value. And I think we are working with both state university, ICRIS, and other agencies to see where we can take it forward.
Okay, we have a conflicting situation where I have the organizers telling me on time, and I have a lot of hands coming up. Yeah, please.
I'm very happy to mention, as Austrian Mexican grain, we're very much in the, habit of promoting grains which are imported. I think that's a very valid point. And then the valid point that you made was standardization of those particular varieties.
Yes.
One thing that I really liked was that you spoke about chia seeds. Now, most nutritionists in this country do not know about chia seeds.
Yes.
They are actually very good for bone-enhancing minerals also.
Yes.
But I would prefer that you all start now selling people to start telling people how to consume them. They're best consumed when they're soaked overnight. And another thing is, rather than saying so many grams, say a teaspoon, half teaspoon, that's more like, regular way of saying. To you, sir, you made a point about organic farming. I would suggest that if you can just work with the IIHR on two aspects. One aspect is the harvest time. The last fertilizer or pesticide supply fed to the plant and the harvest time. So how much time should be the gap between the consumption and the harvest? If you can work on that. If you can provide in the coming season.
Ma'am, I'll have to interrupt you. We're really running out of time. You can have that
No, but
discussion.
this is just one
No,
very
you can have the
important
discussion
point.
within offline.
If you can provide calcium carbide-free mangoes to the consumer, that will be a great job. And for you, sir, if you just take a visit to Alsamir, you can have a nice shed where you can do the primary grading. It's not going to be expensive. Then the reefers can move out. Look at the kind of business they do. And you also mentioned something very nice, but I think you need to have a shelf space of your own. That's how, because an ITC has driven so much technology research into it. So if you have a shelf space, rather than mixed kind of bags, when we go to some food market to pick up, then that would be a better thing. But I will speak to you about your point also.
Thank you. Just one last question
input.
because you're the first one.
A quick input. I suggest that we need to develop some data on the water footprint of each crop, because I think Karnataka is on the brink on water, and it's very important to do that. And number two, on food waste, if food waste was a country by itself, it will be the third largest emitter of CO2. Therefore, I have a suggestion that we need to emulate the good Bill Emerson Good Samaritan Food Donation Act of United States, where if large institutions, when they give their food, which has an expiry date, it has still some shelf life. If there's a problem, they are not hung, because our current FSSAI laws are very, very stringent, and I can discuss this offline with you in the interest of time now.
I'm constrained. I've seen a number of hands raised, but we are happy. We are around just now, so if you can catch any of us.
I'd request, though, the people on the stage to just stay back for a moment. I'd request Mr. Maheshwar Rao to hand over mementos on behalf of the hosts to those who have made time to be here today. What a solid session it's been. I mean, Karnataka is a high-value food powerhouse. Quite a bit of ground covered. May we have a round of applause for all the speakers. And for even the audience members who've given such solid suggestions.